Three, two, one. And into the next life with Drew and me and Dave Primiano. Okay,
Hey,
welcome to the Drew and Me podcast where we talk about music, movies, and whatever else we want to talk about. Today we are joined again by Philadelphia comedian Dave Primiano.
hey, glad to be here. Always enjoy hearing my name sung. So-
Um, So, Dave, do you have any projects or upcoming shows that you'd like to promote?
when is this airing? Because
Um, I'm not sure.
okay,
Uh,
then yeah,
Possibly or next week, maybe.
I never plan too far ahead. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't have much. I have two, but yeah, two podcasts that are pretty much dead and buried at this point.
Um, you do a podcast with Dan DePriel, right?
Yeah, that's actually we're wrapping that up. He's moving on to I don't want to say greener pastures. I don't know what color the pastures are going to be, but yeah, he's planning on moving out to LA or New York, something like that.
Mm,
I wish him luck. But yeah, I'm
yeah.
a man without a podcast. Coming soon.
Yeah, I guess you also were wrapped up the podcast. You used to do the rank list.
They're the rank band. It's that's it's basically over. I mean, I every now and then I'll message, "Hey, I have a great idea," and then we just never act on it.
Mm,
So yeah, yeah, we didn't even because we every even before when we pretty much stopped, we had done an end of year rankings, and we didn't even get to that this year,
mm.
which is fine because I don't think it was that strong a year for movies, and I haven't seen a lot of the contenders yet.
Yeah, I saw the end of the new vampire one,
Oh,
Nosferatu.
I did like
Um,
Nosferatu.
yeah, it's a good one. Uh,
Yeah, very artistic. Yeah, so I don't know if you could recommend it to horror fans. That was more like a cinema movie.
yeah, I get that too because it's gotten such like critics really like it, and it
Hmm.
is kind of an art house movie. L- Like you said, it's very cinematic. It has like artistic values to it, and it's kind of about like the whole um like being a vampire and it's not really a talky movie. It just kind of like it's kind of more vibey and it kind of like shows you what a vampire can do rather than like fill up the screen with kind of a lot of dialogue or something like that.
Yeah, I hear you. Although I think I did like the old-timey dialogue too. I thought almost Shakespearean. If
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like definitely if you know what you're getting into, it's really good. And if you like the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula, the Bram Stoker's, I think you'll like this one.
I'm not even sure if I saw that's the one with Gary Oldman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I actually saw that one. I'm not like a big horror movie guy. But I was on kind of like a Nicholas Holt kick too. I didn't even intend that, but I had just seen like three straight Nicholas Holt movies in a row because he had himself a year. Plus, he's Lex Luthor too, so He's made it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see Juror number two, but he was in that one.
Yeah, I there was another movie I had because I go like Tuesday nights after the podcast because that's when they have the discount. And then so I'm always, even if I haven't heard of something, and then this movie, The Order, I had saw a trailer earlier that day and it was out, and he plays a white supremacist, and Jude Law's the FBI agent like going after him, and that was fantastic. I'd highly recommend that. What
He,
I did I say the name of it? The Order?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to check out the order. I'll have
Yeah,
to check that out.
definitely recommend. My first thought was because they live on a compound, which and they're Nazis. So obviously I wouldn't fit in, but I have to say the view, like if you're a compound guy, I don't agree with all your stuff, but I have to say the view is fantastic. It was a very scenic movie.
Mm. Yeah, I'll check that one out. I saw a little bit of it because I work in a movie theater, so
Okay.
uh, I get the opportunity to see like clips of movies.
Yeah, I worked in a movie. Yeah. It's a little frustrating. I've seen you see so many parts of movies so many times and not the whole thing.
Yeah, well, like I feel like it is kind of cool to see the ends of movies.
If you know, it'd be nice to see what precedes it, why it's
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
I'm all in. I'm all in on these. If I I know there's a whole TikTok well, there was a TikTok generation. But I know that yeah, there are people out there that just see bits and pieces of movies through TikTok now and think they have a good grasp of the whole thing.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, the technology is definitely there for people to just like skim through movies and stuff like that. Like I feel like people don't even really watch like TV anymore. Like people just see like clips of it online.
I mean, I've gotten worse because there's too many distractions now. So like even when I'm watching, I have like laptop down and laptop up shows, and that's
Oh,
when you know
okay.
a show. Yeah, if I can keep the laptop down, that's prime television right there.
Hmm.
But everything eventually just becomes more background noise, and I can't. And I have to have my face in a screen, even though I have a way bigger screen.
Yeah, y- yeah, I kind of feel that way too.
Mhm.
Well, like, is there like a show I just want to watch or a show that I'll watch and at the same time try to do something else? So,
That's why I've gotten into like a lot more Korean television because that forces you. Because I don't do dub, I have to hear it in the actors' original voices. The dub voices are too bad, so it forces me to watch when I'm watching subtitled stuff.
mm,
And I've discovered a lot of great stuff because of it too. Highly recommend Korean television. Anyone who's listening.
mm. So, that'll actually segue into one of the topics for today, which would be what is your favorite TV show of all time?
Of all time. That's probably got to be. Well, let's see. I'd probably have to break that up into genres, because I mean, like
Um,
Seinfeld and Seinfeld.
hmm.
I've probably seen every episode at least 30 times at this point. Um, like South Park, I've been loyally watching for 20 plus years now. Like as far as dramatic shows go, though, probably Breaking Bad.
Mm. Yeah, I haven't seen all of Breaking Bad. I just watched the beginning and I got like pretty depressed, so I decided to stop watching it.
Well, I'm not gonna say it gets less depressing, but I think the last two seasons, I mean it's good all up until, but you're gonna if you stuck with it, you'd be glad you did. That's
Mm. Um,
and it's a show that
people say
yeah.
that people say that the Skylar character that she improves a lot in the show.
I mean, yeah, the internet just decides to hate certain characters, and I don't always know. Like, yeah, she can be a pain, but like people don't. Too many people watch stuff without understanding perspective. I feel like yeah, like the main character, like we root for the main character, but he's obviously flawed, and other characters, they're not just supposed to get out of the way; they're supposed to challenge him if he's, you know, flawed. You call people out on their shit, and people don't like that. People just want him to be Heisenberg with impunity or without impunity or whatever. But yeah, so you have to like, oh, this is her husband. He's got cancer. He's a big drug kingpin. But yeah, he's the one we're rooting for, so we don't like anyone that gives him shit for that.
No, yeah. Um, yeah, like he's definitely the focal point of the show and like he's not really a hero, but people will kind of root for the anti-heroes,
Yeah,
things like that.
you're gonna
Like he's
see.
not a straight up villain, so
hmm You're gonna see a lot of that. Did you watch the Last of Us show?
no, I haven't seen that.
Oh, okay. Because it's based off a video game. It's following the story pretty
Hmm.
well. So there's already the second season's coming out, and the people that play the games already know what happens. And a lot of people are gonna hate on a character in this next season because they don't understand perspective. And it's gonna be like that person does something justified, but it happens to a character that we like. So the internet, the internet will do its thing and hate on characters, even though if they understood perspective, they'd get it a little bit. It's the same thing with Skylar. It's the same thing with a lot of characters that get hate for no reason.
Hmm.
Just one man's humble
Yeah,
opinion.
um, yeah, I kind of agree that you have to kind of put yourself in the shoes of like the universe in the TV show and like considering the circumstances like the characters under like they're it's probably okay that they feel a certain way even if you the viewer don't agree with it. Look, you kind of have to accept it.
Yeah. And she just cares about him. That's all. Is that a crime? She cares too much. And she might have slept with someone else. But he was doing pretty nefarious things himself.
Cool.
Yeah.
So for favorite shows, you said Seinfeld, South Park, and Breaking Bad.
Yeah, if we're breaking it up into genres.
Hmm.
Because can you really compare your favorite comedy to your favorite drama?
No, they're kind of like different things with like different fan bases and like things like that.
Yeah,
And they came out at different times too. Like Breaking Bad's a little bit more current than Seinfeld.
yeah. And they both have Bryan Cranston. Let's
They
let's
do, yeah.
let's throw Malcolm in the middle in there too. Right? Let's
Nice, yeah. So Cranston is pretty well represented here.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even intend that. I guess
Uh,
him and Nicholas Holt are my actors of the moment.
yeah, he's a great actor.
Hmm.
Nicholas Holt. Uh, yeah, I really enjoyed him in the X-Men movies. Um, I didn't see Warm Bodies, but people said they liked it.
Yeah, it's like a zom rom com, if you will. It's not your typical zombie movie. Yeah, there's a love story in it. So if a huge threat on a global level and people getting chased down and eaten, this probably isn't your movie. But if you want to see a zombie fall in love, go for
Yeah,
it. If you want really
yeah.
good zombies, go to the Koreans.
Mm.
They do the best zombie stuff. I don't know if you're familiar with any of it.
No.
Yeah, they do zombies really good.
Mm. Nice. Yeah, there was kind of a new zombie Frankenstein movie that came out last year that was like Lisa Frankenstein or something like that.
I did hear of that. I heard it was decent. I haven't gotten around to seeing it yet.
Um,
It's a zombie movie too.
um, it's about a girl who kind of like makes a boyfriend. And he's like a zombie slash Frankenstein. I think he's more of a zombie. So it's kind of about the love story between her and her zombie.
Okay. So he bites people and they turn into to monsters too, or
Yeah, I don't think he does that. It's probably more of a Frankenstein type story. And he has some like human characteristics. Yeah, I've seen part of it, but not the whole thing.
Oh, sensing a trend here.
Yeah,
You got to commit, Drew.
that's what happens when you work at the movie theater. But
Oh, right. Okay, yeah,
yeah.
I thought you meant it. Huh? Yeah, okay. All right, that's excusable then. Are you are you, are you up in a projection booth or
Um,
down on the ground?
I usually just clean the theaters, and we also have to do theater checks. So like halfway through the movie I'll see part of it, and then at the end I'll see like the whole ending. Like I'll probably see the last like 10 minutes of like all the movies. So
Yeah. I worked at
um
I did
yeah,
the movie theater about 2001. So you have the one advantage over you're doing it in like the golden age of end credit scenes. We didn't really have end credit scenes weren't a big thing back then. So I was, I just saw credits, but I never got
yeah.
the end credit scenes.
Um it's a little frustrating though because like now people are so inclined to wait until the end of the credits.
Yeah.
And like we really just have to clean the theaters. So like yeah, I get it that they think there's going to be like something else at the end, but if it's not a Marvel movie, like there's
Hmm.
probably not like in some movies like they do end credit stuff, so it's important to stay to the end. And then yeah, I know that some people start to feel bad if they don't see the very end scene or something. So yeah, it's important. And
That's what Google's
yeah,
for.
like hats off to filmmakers to be able to get people to stay for the credits.
I but it's a quick Google search. You just I'm the only one in the I feel like I know your phone's supposed to be away, but I tape it out during the credits and then I'll type whatever movie I'm seeing, end credit, question mark. And then it'll AI fill out, no, this movie does not have an end credit scene. And then I get to leave. Because credits are what, like 15 minutes long?
Yeah,
Yeah.
l- like I think people are like cautiously optimistic. Um,
No, but
and
the
like
answer's right there.
yeah, you could just look it up, and usually people have their phones out anyway.
Yeah.
So you
Plus I
could
haven't, yeah.
just try to see if there's a little bit at the end.
I haven't peed in 2.5 hours. Like I don't want to, I'm not keeping that up
Um,
to chance.
yeah, there's that new movie, The Brutalist. The Brutalist is 4 hours long.
Or I heard that actually has a built-in intermission though.
Yes, it does.
Okay. I don't I think I'll wait. I'll wait for that to come on TV, I think. I don't I,
Yeah,
that's one of those award push ones where they're only going to release it in like five major cities anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, like, yeah, I'll probably wait to stream that one, and kind of like you said, it will probably get a few Academy Awards.
Hmm.
And another movie that hasn't been released yet, but will probably clean up in the award season would be that prison movie, Sing Sing.
Okay. Oh, that I know people. So wait, I don't know how the awards. Does it have to have a film festival release, or does it have to have at least
Yeah.
like a
It can be limited or film festival, so it just has to be like screened somewhere. So
okay,
it just has to be finished and screened. Um, but it doesn't necessarily need a theatrical yet. Yeah, because Sing Sing should be coming to theaters in the next few weeks probably. But
okay,
that's gonna be up for the awards this year.
all right, yeah. I think as far as movies that are gonna get nominated for like the only one I've seen, and I don't even know if it is Dune 2. I keep seeing like Nora I haven't seen. I haven't seen
Mm.
Brutalist, Sing Sing. I'm I'm slacking this year.
Wow. Yeah, probably the other Timothy Chalamet one, a Complete Unknown. I just saw that last week. That's really good.
Yeah,
That I think will get some awards too.
I'm not a big Bob Dylan guy, but it's directed by James Mangold, who I think quietly like he's he should be talked about like in the Hollywood like you see his filmography. It's mostly hits, but I don't know why his name doesn't really carry a lot of gravitas or
Uh, like, yeah, I know a lot of actors really enjoyed doing movies with him, and he makes a lot of movies that people
Mhm.
like he did Walk the Line and Ford versus Ferrari and
Yeah, both great.
Logan.
310 to Yuma, I just rewatched a couple months ago. Great Western. Yeah, he's got yeah, both of those were great. Ford versus yeah. I don't know why his name you know, his name this movie, a James Mangold production or whatever.
He, yeah, I'd say he's like quietly having a really good career.
Yeah. So I will get around to seeing the I can't remember. The Great Unknown?
Uh, Complete unknown.
A complete. Okay, well, that's the first step is remembering the name. Then that's it makes it harder to search for things if you don't.
So it's actually, yeah, the title's actually a song lyric from a Bob Dylan song. Like a
Oh, right.
complete unknown, like a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, I knew. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a huge Dylan guy, so I didn't remember the lyric, but I knew it was from that song.
Yeah, yeah.
A
Um,
a lot of times these movies get me more into like I'll see like I didn't really know that much of Johnny Cash stuff either. Most I knew about him is that he covered Nine Inch Nails, and I still went and saw that movie.
yeah. Um, yeah, his cover of Nine Inch Nails is like really, really famous now. I think
Mhm.
it's probably eclipsed the release of the original.
Yeah, it's so good that people just assume Nine Inch Nails is covering him.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, probably because of the age thing too. But yeah,
Mm,
but I think even yeah, there's a few times where the guy person getting covered admits that the song is no longer theirs anymore. I
yeah.
think Bob Dylan's actually one of those people. He because when Jimi Hendrix covered All Along the Watchtower, I think Bob Dylan agreed. That's just his song now.
Yeah, like the All in Watchtower Hendrix version is so good that like yeah, yeah, I remember thinking that that was just a Jimi Hendrix song, but
Mhm.
no, it's originally Bob Dylan.
It's also yeah, it's a great soundtrack song too. Like any time that they flash back to the 60s, you get that song. If it's a war, you get White Rabbit, Fortunate Son, like all the staples. That's one of those was great flashback songs.
Yeah. Yeah. Um yeah, if there's a Vietnam movie, then you you'll probably get all those.
Yep. And what's Break On Through? That's the other one.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the big four of Vietnam.
Yeah. So Dave, what is your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time. I gotta stick with Goodfellas on that one. It's the
I'm with you on that.
it's the
Like,
most Italian thing about me.
I'm totally with you on that. Uh, yeah, I'd say Goodfellas is definitely always in my top five, and sometimes it's definitely my favorite. I feel like that's one I can always watch again and again, and I'll
Mhm.
really, really enjoy it. And like, yeah,
Oh
I'm a
yeah.
pretty big Scorsese fan, but there's not a Scorsese movie that comes close to how good Goodfellas is. I I feel like Goodfellas is just kind of the perfect movie.
Yeah. It
Perfect music, perfect
hmm
casting. The story's really good. I really like the voiceover. I feel like Ray Liotta's such a good lead, and then you have Joe Pesci. He got the Academy Award because he was so good as Tommy, and like I doubt anyone else could make a movie so compelling just about Henry Hill.
yeah. I mean, people are struggling people are struggling to just make anything that good about the mafia, which is upsetting. I feel like it's been decades now since we've had a, an iconic mafia movie. We've had,
Yeah, I
and those are my
never
biggest heartbreaks.
saw the American Gangster movie. I never saw that one.
Well, that's I don't know if I'd it was Mafia. Like when I say Mafia, I guess that's like the Italian.
Mm.
American Gangster was a great movie though. That's fantastic. That's I guess I don't know if Mafia like it's like a mobster movie, but I don't know if because it's about black gangsters. I don't know if that was considered.
Okay.
I think Mafia if yeah, I don't know. Actually, Mafia could be anyone. I guess there could like the Yakuza's the Asian mafia. There's like everybody has their own mafia or whatever. And in that sense, so I guess I meant Italian mafia,
Mm.
even though, yeah,
Was the Johnny Depp movie Black Mass, was that considered mafia?
he was Whitey Bulger. That was Irish. Did I get? So yeah, I guess Irish mafia. It wasn't. Did you like that one?
Ye- Yeah, I haven't seen it actually. I heard good things. I haven't seen that one.
I didn't really care for. I think it might it's like a 7 out of 10.
Mm.
They released that first trailer where he was at the dinner table and he got the guy to tell his like secret recipe for the dinner, and then he like stared the guy he's like, you just told secrets, and he like scared the hell out of the guy, and it got me so excited for the movie, and then just nothing in the movie was as good as that scene.
Mm.
Yeah, Johnny Depp, because Donnie Brasco, he was good in, but Johnny Depp is just in so many gangster movies that I get I get up here about, and then they're kind of like they're solid movies, but they looked like they'd be all timers, and they just weren't. Because he was also in that Public Enemies movie, which should have it had
That I
all the
thought that I thought is a great movie.
oh see I it had all the ingredients of a great movie, and it just didn't do it for me. It had the it had it was about I like the gangster stuff. It had John Dillinger, it had him and Christian Bale at the height of their powers. It was directed by Michael Mann. It had Stephen Graham playing a gangster, and he's always great playing a gangster, even though he's this little British dude. He plays great Italian gangsters, and it just fell flat for me.
Mm.
Just just a heartbreaker because
Um,
I wanted an all timer, and
okay.
it was just it was just good.
Yeah, I've seen the first Godfather. I haven't seen Godfather Part Two. So yeah, you'll have to see that for sure.
Yes, 100% have to see that. You can skip three.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But one and two are great. Yeah. And that was made yeah. So Goodfellas, Casino. Casino might be the last great Italian gangster
Casino's
movie.
great and definitely made in the same model as Goodfellas. So
Mhm.
I feel like if you like Goodfellas, you'll probably also enjoy Casino.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's not as good. But it is great. It's it might be even more violent.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I mean, I think the only knock against it that a lot of people have is it was too similar to Goodfellas, but I think it stands on its own, personally.
Yeah, I think so too. Like if you like really like Scorsese movies and um you kind of like the crime genre
Mhm.
movies, yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. I uh I don't. I hate the fact that uh, uh, he's so old. I wish I could give him years. I it's gonna hurt movies when he's not around anymore, I think. And
Um,
he's in his eight, he's like 80 now.
I think
It's
he's 81.
yeah, it's upsetting.
Um,
There's gonna be a time soon where he's not making movies, and that's
uh, uh,
it hurts.
he recent he recently had another baby though.
De Niro had De Niro had one. I don't think
Yeah, De
Scorsese did.
Niro had one. Yeah, I don't think Scorsese
Yeah,
did, but yeah.
Pacino had one too, I think.
Mm.
And they're great, but I mean, Scorsese's still constantly putting out like great stuff. Those guys
Absolutely. Did you see The Killers of the Flower Moon? Did you see
loved
that
it.
one? I
I read the book and everything, and I
cool.
all the yeah that was a David Grand book who I've started reading a bunch of his other stuff, and he might be my favorite nonfiction writer now.
Hmm,
Yeah, he
okay.
yeah I would check him out. But yeah, I really liked I like Kill and it didn't feel like a 3.5 hour movie to me.
No, no.
It kind of
Yeah.
that's how good Scorsese paced it so well that like
Yeah.
because I read the book, so I knew that they were wrapping up the story. But I was sitting there like, how are they going to fill another hour? Because I thought I had only been there for like 2.5 hours because it was that good. And then the movie ended. It's like, wow, I just sat through a 3.5 hour movie. If time travel's possible, that's the closest I've come to it.
Yeah, and that, that's another really good Robert De Niro movie too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, last year was good for epic movie. That came out in like the same month as Oppenheimer. So
Yeah.
if you like just 3 hour historical dramas, it was a good year for you up until Napoleon came out. But we don't need to. That's another one of those great, all the great ingredients are there, and it's like a 6 out of 10.
Mm, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Which one? Napoleon or
Napoleon I thought was okay.
yeah, like a six.
Like
Like when it was
not
epic, it was
great,
epic.
but
Yeah,
yeah. Um
the scale was fantastic. Like this, yeah. But I feel like he, like Ridley Scott, kind of hated Napoleon